Nobody fucks with our family.
We back. Back with vengeance. And now the day has come. The war ain't over till the fight is won. Back with vengeance. Defend my reign and title. Rising up, there is no other rival. Back with vengeance. Strike fear when they hear my name now. Knock them down and go out with a bang, bow. Now it's time to end this. I'm taking my kingdom back now. Hit like thunder when I'm on attack. Yeah. Back with vengeance. It's my time for glory. Ain't nobody gonna stop us. It's my time for glory. Yeah. No pain, no gain. My name's the claim, the fame, the fight, the game, the glory. Declare our independence. It's the life of legends. Back with vengeance. Yeah. Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna stop us. Nah. Back with vengeance. Yeah. Now it's time for justice.
Hello. Hello, hello, woo! All right. I am not going to wait another second because I know you don't want to see me. You want to see the people that are behind that curtain, so let us bring them out. Emily Andras. Melanie Scrofano. Tim Rozon. Dom Provost Shockley. Varun Saranga. And Greg Lawson.
Shirt. Happened here. Hi, everybody. Woo! 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 Hello, hello. Whoa. You caca'd too loud.
Yeah. Sorry.
Are we doing this?
Jordan.
Oh, my bad. That's me. So everyone's super excited about Vengeance, obviously. So Emily, kind of going back to, the little hot minute since season 4, beautifully wrapped up. Can you describe the journey to get us to the special? Like,
oh my God.
The fight in between, yeah.
I will try to summarize it because it's a big journey. But yeah, I mean, we never. Oh, too loud, too Canadian. Sorry. Just pull this down for you guys. There you go. Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, obviously, we never gave up hope, but it had been a hot minute, and we did kind of wrap things up, but we had this incredible executive named Josh. Woo! Who was frankly kind of obsessed with us. Get over it. No, just kidding. And he moved from sci-fi to Tubi and really said to them, if you want something with a built-in audience that's really passionate with stories left to tell, there's this show called Earp. And then I have to give a shout out to someone else on this panel whose name rhymes with Rim Pozan. Because he went and was very instrumental in pitching Tubi and pitching the president of Tubi and painting an incredible picture. Yes. And then said, this is the story I told them you'd do. And I was like, okay, we'll do that. That sounds great. No, I'm just kidding. And but so many times in this fandom and with this show, we have been close and then far, and then COVID happened and all that stuff. So I guess we officially found out, I knew it was sort of happening in August. When did I start talking to you guys? Somebody jump in here. Does anyone remember the first time you heard?
Well, I remember that at the con that Tim,
Oh,
you and
yeah.
I were at, that's
Yeah.
I knew, and that we were like
Giddy.
behind the scenes, so
Giddy.
exceptionally giddy, and just wanting to tell everybody
Yeah.
at the con.
Yeah.
So I don't know when that was.
That was
but-
like November, December. December. So it actually happened pretty fast. Like, we were in production February. I had to write the whole thing after that con in December. I was like, Christmas, schmishmas. Christmas is canceled, kids. I gotta write Tim's story. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone's story. So it happened really fast. And then the miracle really was, you know, we were pretty determined early on to be like, we were all gonna do it or none of us were gonna do it. And it's kind of a favor. Like, everybody loves Earp, but everybody is so successful, as they should be post-Earp. So making sure that we could all, like, work the schedule and get together, that was the real gift. And everyone up here moved heaven and earth to make sure they could get you more Earp. So... But it feels like it happened really fast, and sometimes I'm still not sure it happened. Yeah. But it did. Yeah.
So this next one is going to be for everybody. Do you remember when you got that call that, like, it's going down? Like, it is happening. Do you remember the call, or do you remember if your agent told you? Do you remember how it came about, and how did you react? Were you excited? Were you, we'll start with Mel. Let's start with Mel.
Kat and I were in Africa, and
Making an amazing movie that you're all going to watch.
and I think Jordy
Oh, yeah.
reached out, not my agent. So I was like, is that what? So Jordy reached out and was like, so get your boots on. And I was like, when? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, because there's some conflicts going on with the schedule. Like, what are we gonna? He's like, I don't know. And I was like, that sounds like you have this all planned out. So that's. I think sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, that's when I found out. But I was like a bit scared of, because also on the Tubi side, it's like they have certain things I don't understand, deliverables, whatever. And so it needs to be shot by a certain time. And we're like, I was terrified that we wouldn't be able to all come together because it happened so fast. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you did. We all came together.
Oh, yeah. Sure did.
And that's the movie.
Yeah.
How about you guys? Do you remember hearing about it?
Everybody? Was it all the same?
Well, hello. Yeah, my reaction was like Mel's. It was like, why is Jordy calling me? And I even told him, I said, Jordy, producers don't call actors. And it came out of the blue, and it was awesome. And then you had to keep a secret.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was a combination of giddy and terrified at the same time, because I was happy I was going to get to play Nedley again. But then I was terrified because I knew that there were a lot of people out there I could let down if I, if I didn't actually remember how to play him.
And then you smashed it.
Smashed it.
Well, yeah, I fake it till you make it.
I remember I found out pretty early on.
Yeah.
So, and then there was lots of dates being thrown around, almost early as November at one point. So then things didn't happen, things don't happen. But the special moment for me, I think, was Columbus.
Yeah.
The dinner we had when you started telling us about story.
Yeah.
Because for me, getting this call wasn't about getting to play Doc again. I was excited about that, but just knowing you guys were going to get an announcement that more was coming, I was so excited for that. Like, I couldn't wait for you to have your moment. You deserved it.
Yeah.
It was coming. And I was like, fuck, can we just say?
Yeah.
Like, and
We
then
were
I
like,
got
no poker face at
excited
Columbus,
when you told us
that was
some
nice.
of the story shit. Like, we walked home after. Like,
Oh, we were like yelling.
we were all like,
We were so
then
loud.
I got excited. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
you're a part of this. This
Yeah,
is going to
yeah,
be fun
yeah.
for you, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was like
You guys were
the
so,
real
it was
part.
so fun to pitch you guys.
Yeah.
Like, that was awesome.
And I still got the phone call from Jordy.
You're like, I know.
I'm like, okay, I played it cool, but I'm like, amazing. Awesome. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, similarly for me, it was like I just felt so privileged that it timed out that we had that con at that time. And like me and like all three of us behind the scenes were like, should we just drop it?
I know. We were so close. Yeah.
Should we just do it?
Because I think we thought we were going to be able to tell everybody. And at the last minute, Tubi was like, hold that thought. And we were like, oh no, we dropped so many names. Yeah. We were going to get you to record a video from South Africa. And,
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and that dinner, just like here, any like Emily pitch of the story is like honestly something that I wish everybody could experience because there's just like so much life and like energy and excitement, and it just made it like
Emily, you
even
can
more
you can go ahead and do that right
yeah,
now. Go ahead.
exactly. Once upon a time. No.
Yeah.
It was good. That was really fun. Thank you. That was a great memory. Yeah.
I got to, I got a little spoiler early from Tim Rozon. Wow, he's just like, hey, get ready for a call. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so then I'm like, okay. And then Emily called me, and she pitched me on what the movie was going to be, or special was going to be about. And yeah, it was just so exciting to get that call back. Just like similarly echoing what Tim said, just to have all of you experience it again as well as us. Like, it was so fun to return to set, but we were returning with that energy of like, man, I can't wait for what the fans are about to experience. Like, I don't know, you have no idea. That's the best part. You have no idea where it's gonna go and what it became. It's so exciting. I wish we could tell you more. Yeah, but we're not. So.
So what about you, Kat? What do you think?
Hi, guys. I don't know if they can see me or not, but hi. Hi, guys. Hi.
Turn it to the
I can sort of like hear you guys a little bit in and out, but
We told them everything.
What was it like getting the call that it was going to happen?
what was it like getting the call? It was, I assume it's similar as Mel. We were in Africa in our apartment, and Tim had kind of like dropped little hints along the way, probably like since the summer. We were like, okay, Tim, sure. But it was super, I mean, same as everybody else, just excited for all the Earpers to see the story and to get to share it with everybody. It was really, it was awesome. It was awesome to get to do it with Mel, like to be in the same space with her and kind of talk about it with her. And yeah, it was. I'm trying to think of what I can add that hasn't already been said. But I think we're just really excited for everyone to see the story and to see the characters come back. And I was so worried that the character wouldn't come back or it would be weird to step back into Nicole's shoes. But I was amazed at how quickly it felt like we never left. I felt like we all got there and we were like, oh yeah, it's been a couple weeks. It didn't feel like years. And that was one of the most exciting parts, is it felt like we just got all back into it, and I'm really excited. Have you guys done your ADR yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we got to see little nuggets of it, right? It looks amazing. It's gonna be so great. So we can't wait for you guys to see it.
So, and that was a great segue. Can you guys hear me now with this mic? Okay. So Kat hinted about it. What was it like to step back on that set for the first time? I don't know where it was. I'm not going to ask you exactly where it was, but just stepping back on that set, what did it feel like? Were there fears? Were there excitement? What was that all about?
Yeah, I think we talked about it in the meet and greet a bit of like, for me, but I don't think I'm alone in this, but I won't speak for anyone else. I think it was just before we got to set. Like I remember in the fitting, I was like, I feel bad. Like I feel like Wynonna wears such specific clothes, and I was like really scared of disappointing people and.
She looks amazing.
Well, but thank you. But you know, you play the mental games of
course,
like,
yeah.
time has passed. I don't know how to reverse it for you, and so it's like accepting where you are and what you have to offer now, which was a challenge for me. And then Paolo and Emily and Josh were like, "You're crazy," stuff, which was great. But then once we boots on the ground, so to speak, it was not a moment had passed. Yeah,
It was amazing.
yeah.
It
And
was-
looking at them
Oh,
also.
it was amazing. I was just thinking, like,
not a moment
it was
had
amazing to watch these guys hit the floor, and like all the accents were perfect, all the mannerisms were perfect. Like honestly, though, like I mean that it was like astonishing how good they were. It was so good. Like the rhythms, the comic timing, all of it. It was so joyful. So joyful to watch. Yeah.
For me, it was like just wearing an old hat again. It just felt right. But I do remember, spoiler alert, the first time we all were kind of in something, like we just, that first rehearsal, we just had to get it out just to laugh. Like, you're Waverly. Like, it was really fun.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, we could do this. And it was just great to see everyone else be their characters again. Was awesome. It was a surreal feeling.
Totally. For me, similarly to Mel, I was definitely nervous getting back. You know, it had been a hot minute. I was nervous about the accent. I was nervous that it wouldn't come back in the way that, you know, we hope. But that first day, I won't say where it was. I won't say anything about it, because obviously. But I will say that my first scene was with Mel and Kat, and it was like the giddiness and the joy and the excitement suddenly took all of the nerves and everything away in that day, and I just like, I felt like I was smiling so much that it was like a little bit intense. I was like, I need to calm down. But it was sunny and there were mountains. It was just so perfect and summed up Wynonna for me in such a real way, with like my two girls by my side, and I think I even said it on the day, like, I know this is a really Waverly thing to say, but I'm just so happy right now.
You said exactly that. That was exactly what you said.
Wow, I don't want to spoil anything. But when I came on, I saw all of them, and I kind of interrupted whatever they were shooting. And
Yes.
and it was like, oh, hi. And then it was just immediately Paolo, our director, is like, oh, he's so loving for a moment. He's like, okay, we have to shoot. And all the fanfare is over. It's like, oh, I'm back on this. But then my favorite moment was when Tim was like, okay, let's go get breakfast tomorrow. And that's like our thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, we're just like back at that again. It was like it was so fun. It was so comfortable. Personally, I found it very easy to slip back into Jeremy, and it was just like, oh, this is my buddy. Like, this is great. Yeah, it just felt really at home, honestly.
Yeah, well, there's a certain moment in the wardrobe fitting. I have the boots from the series, so I dusted them off. That was the first thing. And there was a moment in the wardrobe fitting when I thought, oh, okay, I feel better. I can do this. So I put on something, and but I have to admit, I think I took it a bit seriously. I took it so seriously because I was petrified, of letting anybody down. But Paulo, our wonderful director, fixed that. By yelling at me. You're just doing what you do, Marlon Brando. That's all I got.
And Emily, how did it feel to write them again?
Oh, it was hard. It was hard, actually. Like, I was like, this has to be really funny and really moving and really sexy, and oh, what a nightmare. No, but like, I felt it was hard too, and I was intimidated. And obviously, I'd never written in that format before, right? Like, it's one story over 95 minutes. It's not like a season where like Balshar is showing up here and there or whatever. Like, it really has to have a beginning, middle, and end. And I was very aware that like we tied things up pretty nicely at the end of season 4, but like you have to pull on some of those threads to give you new stories. But one thing I kind of stuck to, which I was really determined to do, is like I wanted it to meet us where we are now. Does that make sense? Like both as people and as characters that have grown and gotten older and only better and sexier. But like the story is a little bit about growing up and life and what happens after happily ever after and how to keep that happiness going and deciding who you're going to be as you get older. Not that much older, but you know what I mean. So I kind of had that as an anchor, which helped, I think. I was very much like, we don't have to pretend this is season 1. Yeah. We have all this history. But it was challenging. I will say as a shout out, like, you know, a movie is more of a solitary writing exercise, but I did bring in some of my writers kindly for 3 insane days where we worked like 12 hours. I brought in Brendan, Shelley, and Matt to help. Yeah, they were awesome. And like that as well was just such a fun playground to be like back just making the stupidest dick jokes and being like, we probably should focus. But I'm so grateful to them that they really kept me honest about what made the show special and remembering what it should feel like. So they deserve a shout out too. So thank you. Yeah.
So playing off that, Emily, were you worried at all going from writing a TV show to writing a special?
Yes.
Were you scared? Were you excited? Or was it kind of like coming home? Like,
I was really intimidated, but I also think like I don't trust anyone who isn't scared when they're doing something like that important. Like I think if you're arrogant and you aren't scared, you are gonna fuck it up. I think you should care enough that you're kind of freaked the fuck out, to be totally honest. Like I really wanted it to be good. But like once I started, you know, Brendan and Shelley kept saying to me, like, you're gonna know this, you're gonna know the rhythm and the story and the structure more than you think when we get going. And I did find that. You know, like everything, you know, I heard movie and I was like, we're gonna have World War II jet planes. We got an aircraft carrier, we have 17 dragons. Like, I did feel like, as always, my ambition was big. And then like I had to strip it down, so there was lots of rewriting as we kind of went, which was really hard. And also keeping the whole story in your head is harder than one episode. Like, but I hope it's okay. Like I feel good. Like once I heard these guys in the read-through, I was like, oh, that really helped me hear it and understand that like I had the reminder that I had the best team in the world. That like it was all going to be okay. But it was intimidating. I will be honest. It was hard. It was a different way to think about it.
Sorry, I'm curious if Kat was able to answer how we felt when we came back.
Thank you. How you
Good
felt
catch,
about
good
that?
catch.
The first
I
time
don't know if she
sat.
can hear us, so I don't know if she can.
Can you hear okay?
I can hear you a little in and out a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you say, Melly?
She said, how do you feel first?
The question was, how did you feel to step back into your role?
Like, what was it like for you when we got back? Talk to me about your anxiety.
Your anxiety. How's your anxiety level? My favorite, like my first kind of stepping back was I got a little uniform update, and Jen, our costume designer, came to Toronto to fit us. And it was like stepping back into that. I was like, okay, I got this. And I had like all my hats. She had all the different hats and all the options. That made me feel better. And then the read-through really helped too. But yeah, I mean, I was the same thing you guys feel like. I was like, I don't know if this is still in here. Can I still play this character? And so much has changed in my life as a person since I last played Nicole. Like, is she still in there? But yeah, she totally was. It was amazing to me, like Dom, listening to you talking about that first scene that we shot, and like I felt like we had never left. That I was overwhelmed with how much it felt like we never left. Yeah. It was such a like we never thought we were gonna get to do that again. Like what a gift. We're so lucky. Yeah, but oh my gosh, I was definitely feeling nervous. But every like little step, fitting, read through, seeing everyone, getting to Calgary, and every one of those steps kind of made me go, okay, I think it's still here.
So we'll stick with you, Kat, while we're on you. So were you worried about any? This is for everybody also. Was there anything you were worried about, like going from your normal life? Again, a lot has happened since season 4 in your actual life. So moving on to that. I didn't mean it like that. Was there anything you were worried about jumping back into Nicole?
I mean, I was pregnant, so that was, I was kind of, I don't know how pregnant anymore, I'm losing track, but like
7 months.
20,
Yeah, she's
a little bit more than halfway. Yeah, and we just like, I think because the story had already been approved by Tubi and like okayed and stuff before we knew, and everyone was really great about, like, I wasn't pregnant enough that we couldn't cover it, or we didn't, like, I think you could see it a little bit for sure when I was seeing the ADR. I was like, oh, there's the bump. But I wasn't pregnant enough that we couldn't get around it. And but I definitely, like, felt a lot different in my body. I was sore at the end of the day. Like, I didn't feel like my usual self that I do playing Nicole, so that was maybe a bit of an adjustment for me. But I was not far enough along that I couldn't kind of lose myself in it and forget it was there and be like, oh yeah, right. So I don't think I could do it now. I keep on telling Mel, I don't know how. I'm like 2 days away from giving birth, so I'm like, I literally don't know how you did this, so pregnant. Because by the time we were done Vengeance, I was like, I'm going home now, and I am done. Yeah, so I would say like that was the one thing where I felt different in my body than I ever had playing Nicole. But everyone was like, I had this wonderful body double who was there every day, and I don't think we ever used her once. Like, it was crazy. I got to do everything. I got to do the stunts. And everyone was so supportive, and I felt very cared for, and like, you know, everyone just really checking in, and we had to like take out my pants and like restow them and like add in panels, and like everything was just growing so quickly. But these guys were awesome, and I felt like if I was going to be working on an action kind of movie while pregnant, this was like, I felt the most safe I could have on any set with my family. You know, this guy was yeah, so there, that's probably my biggest one.
Dom, you want to go next?
Sure, yeah. I think probably the accent maybe was the thing that was getting in my head a little bit. But same kind of thing, like when Tim was saying that first scene where we were all there, it was like, oh, there's Doc, there's Wynonna, there's Nicole. Like, it's amazing how the minute that you lock eyes with each other, it's like, oh, we've been, you know, it's such a big part of our journeys, right? And like a big part of ourselves, I think, as a repercussion. So, yeah, it was amazing to just kind of settle into that, I guess, and trust the process. I think that's the other thing that I had to just kind of like trust that if it wasn't working, if something wasn't working, that we have these amazing people behind the cameras that would come and talk to us. And yeah, just surrender to the process, definitely.
Anybody else?
What was the question?
Was there anything you were worried about jumping back into this world? Like jumping back into the story and the character, like getting back on set? Was there anything you were worried about?
Yeah. Well, how do you not spoil? I'm giggling so hard. Kat, there's a blueberry. It's being squished. She knows.
Oh no, good for you.
blueberry juice. Yeah. Well, I think, like you said, we wrap things up so beautifully. Yeah. And then to return to some of those relationships, and sometimes you're on porches or other parts of the homestead where things have happened in the past that feel like they're hard to. Did you just say that?
There's something here. I was like,
Give them a taste. Give them a taste.
So it's, you know in your head how good that was, and then you go, I got really in my head about like just performance. Like, I was so conscious of previous scenes that have been played on this show that then you go, well, am I supposed to, what is my job here, to top that? Because I don't know, so you can, like you said, just meet yourself where you are. But I definitely, I think I was talking to certain people involved about it on the day, and like, I don't know how to approach this, so I'm gonna do my best, but it's really, it deserves a lot, and I'm scared that I can't, and I think we all do that as actors. Like in any scene, you're just like, I see how beautiful this can be. Can I meet it there? Or am I gonna shit the bed a little? So, yeah, that was my.
But I don't think you're like capable of shitting the bed. You did an entire season.
Even if I wrote the scene, she shits the bed. You couldn't do
I could.
Yeah. You did an entire season pregnant.
I know.
You're incapable.
Yeah.
No,
Thank you,
you've done it all.
Thank you.
It's not even possible. What's the question?
What about Tim Rose?
What's the question?
What were you was there anything you were nervous about?
Go ahead.
No.
Neither of them were nervous.
So it wasn't very, it's so fun. I have so much fun. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
play. It's so much play from especially for Jeremy, it's so much play. So it's like, no, I'm just here to play and have fun, and the stakes are lower for me, so I like it. Yeah, no, it felt very comfortable, and it was just so joyous. It's like so fun to laugh. There's so many moments we had. I don't know, I just don't want to even say anything. I'll spoil things. So it was just very fun. It was very fun.
I have to say that Varun's outlook really inspired me this time round, just in the sense that, like, we were talking about my nerves around it, and, like, that play that you bring, and just, like, this is just have fun, just enjoy it. Like, we never thought we'd have this, and I really love that. Yeah.
No? I mean, it was the same thing. It was just, I just not for a second took it for granted, just how lucky and absolutely fortunate we were to just, and I loved what you said about locked eyes. You said it, and oh my God, nothing's ever made so much sense to me. That's what it was. So can we do this? But then day one, oh, boom.
Yeah.
That's Wynonna. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And I think special is the right word for what it was, because it just felt special also. And location-wise, we were in, like, it just felt special. We were in.
We were.
Yeah, it wasn't like, it was the same, but different. And it was the same, but special.
Yeah.
So,
and it already was special. So.
and I feel like we talked about this in the meet and greet too, but I think like part of like us locking eyes as a cast, but then also locking eyes with the crew, and like having those elements were so important, at least for me, like having so many people come back that knew the show, so that they could give us the things, because they knew what we needed as characters. So then they'd go, well, you need this, remember, you need this buckled on this side, like you need this prop goes in this spot. Like there was no learning curve for that. So they did their job, and then we were like, oh yeah, this goes here. Like I know this, yeah.
And how much love and passion they have for the show too, like the crew.
Yeah.
And also like even props. Like I really feel like like, your character has evolved. So what do you think about this? And bringing their things to the table and just being like, yes, you get it, So the teamwork that you're talking about, like, it's the ensemble.
And it makes me think also when you're like, it's 4 years, so much time has passed. When we also had 4 years of friendship and so many different things. We worked together in different contexts as well. And it's like, it just added to the depth of these characters in a way that is just so authentic. Like, because we get to do this, it's like we get to grow our relationship together. And it's just, I don't know. I think it's going to result in something very special.
Okay, and this is for Emily. Okay.
I have officially lost my voice.
Yes.
I can feel it, but I'm going to try to answer.
Really, we're just going to drop the no spoilers, like page by page. What is the
Okay.
plot, and is there a lot of kissing?
There's a lot of kissing. There is some kissing. Yes.
Oh, good, good.
COVID is over. Everybody can kiss everybody else. It's all good.
But no, really, what were you most excited about? Like, was it telling the cast? Was it actually writing again? Was it?
It was not writing.
Was it seeing them on set? Like,
Yeah.
what was the most exciting?
Two things, I think. Seeing them all together. I mean, any scenes where the group of characters are together is so incredible. And just the different machinations, like, you put Greg in a scene with anyone, you put Nedley in a scene with anyone, and it's just like so moving and funny and like, same with everybody. Do you know what I mean? Just these different, like, putting different people together and thinking about like different reunions we could have, maybe about when this person sees this person, what that vibe's gonna be and whatnot, was really fun. But I'd say the two things were just how grateful I was. The crew was so excited to come back. Seeing these guys on set, couldn't believe we did it. And again, being able to tell you guys just seemed insane. Like, that was just gonna be so excited to like finally fulfill a promise and all that hope that we'd been given and to say, yes, we did it. Like, it's so rare in this industry, guys. Like, we all have shows we loved that just can't come back or were canceled too soon. So like, it's just one more example of how magical I think Earp is. That like it defies the odds so many times, even though the ride is so wild. So I'm still nervous for everybody to see it, but I'm excited too. I'm excited because you're just going to be so delighted when you see your favorite characters again. So, yeah.
And I personally would like to know, and I suspect all of them would like to know, what can we do to get
Oh, this is
more?
going to be so good. So I would say when you watch it, you're going to want more. You may be yelling at us, you may not. You're going to be satisfied, but craving more. That's certainly a possibility. You will all be given specific instructions about how we're going to watch this, okay? Not from me, but through our tentacles into the fandom. Look, I think that Tubi thought they knew what they were getting into, and then they met you all, and they're so delighted. Thank you for noticing that they changed their logo to bisexual. That was great. I don't know if you noticed that. People have been really good about them. Yeah, it's just going to be enthusiasm, amount of time watching it, but they're definitely paying attention and very excited about this. Like, they want to see how this goes.
As we get closer, I mean, obviously, well, apparently I'm awaiting the specific instructions.
Yes.
But is there anything we can do now? Should we be tweeting? Should we not
I mean,
be tweeting?
tweeting is, not tweeting. Definitely more of everything. Like, every time Wynonna trends is amazing. Every time you at Tubi, like I saw even some cute people this weekend being like, hey, Tubi, I'm at this convention. We're getting really excited for Vengeance. Like, you know, social media people are paying attention. Tubi is a free streamer, just so that everybody knows. You do have the option to sign up for an account, but we are not signing up for our account until right before the movie premieres, okay? I know there's some of you, too, who are overseas who are worried about how you're going to see the movie, where Tubi is not. I'm working on it. I will figure it out, okay? I will get back to you. I promise. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But But I don't want this to be homework. I just want you to enjoy it. And I'm hoping as well, no pressure to everyone, that we do one of our famous live tweets. I hope we all get to watch it together. You know? Or something. It would be nice to have one viewing party together for those of us who want to play.
Calgary?
I think it might be earlier than that. So I don't know. We'll see, or close. So that would be really fun for people who want to participate. But it would be good to do what we do best, which is get online and talk shit about each other. So that would be great. I think that would be great. But I promise to spread some very subtle instructions. Yeah, exactly. But even you guys just loving it and watching it is the most important thing. So thank you so much for being so excited. Yeah. Yes, of course.
So it's almost time to wrap it up. But we have one more question for everyone. If you could describe vengeance in one word without using the word vengeance, or special, what would it be?
I know, it's so cool. One word.
Emily, you start.
No. I was just going to say horny. It's not even true. No, no, I don't want to start. Revenge. That's the same word. See what I did there? Yeah. No, I would say homecoming. Ah. Oh, sorry. You can say coming home. Yeah.
Return?
Yeah. Legacy. Yes, make it sexy, whatever you're going to say.
Hair? No.
Yes, hair. There's really good hair in this movie. Yep.
Yeah.
Did you say something?
I said hair.
So I just have to top hair.
Low bar.
Pubic.
Hey, wow.
You're not wrong.
Hanging out with Mel too much.
Yeah.
Hey, there. I stick with it.
Good. Good. Come here.
The first word that came to me was family.
Family.
But then maybe classic?
Classic is a good word. Yeah.
First thing that came to me was coming together.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. that's-
Different meaning after
Yeah.
hair pubic.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say familiar.
Oh yeah.
That's how I felt anyway, like working on it. But I don't know if that describes the movie.
Right.
Kat?
My word's different. It's different than it's evolved.
Evolve.
I think it's an evolution.
Yeah, evolved is good. That's a good one. Choices. Yeah. I'll do one more.
Well, unfortunately,
I'll do one more word. I would say surprising. Yes.
Oh, very.
Pubically surprising. Sorry.
well, unfortunately, that is all the time we have. So let's give it up for our lovely cast. And thank you so much, Kat, for zooming in and being a part of Edie.